Good morning, everyone. Nice to have you back. We have Jude, Ella, and Hannah. So before we proceed to our main lesson today, which is about multiplying polynomials, we're just going to have a review of what we had yesterday about subtracting polynomials. And again, the rule says that we have to have the additive inverse of the second polynomial before we proceed to addition. So here, if we have x squared plus 3x minus 6 minus the second polynomial is 4x squared minus 1. Now, let us have first the additive inverse of the second polynomial 4x squared minus 1. Ella, can you share us?
Plus 4x squared, ma'am, plus 1.
Oh, okay. Our subtraction, we have x squared plus 3x minus 6 minus the parenthesis or the second polynomial is only 4x squared minus 1l.
Okay, ma'am.
4x squared minus 1. So the additive inverse is
4x squared plus 1, ma'am.
Okay. Should it be negative 4x squared? We have positive 4x squared minus 1.
So, negative x squared, negative 4x squared plus 1, ma'am.
Yes, that's right. So then we can proceed to combining like terms. So I'm having here x squared from our first polynomial combined to our negative 4x squared. And then our 3x is a term with the variable x, which it is the only term with the variable x among the polynomials. So we just copy that, 3x. And then our constants, negative 6, will be added by the additive inverse of negative 1, which is positive 1. Now, everybody, I have here x squared minus 4x squared plus 3x minus 6 plus 1. And can you share us?
Yes, ma'am.
X squared minus 4x squared is equal to
negative 3x squared.
Yes, you get it right. So negative 3x squared. Again, we just copy 3x, the term which only has the x variable. And then Jude, can you share us what is the sum of negative 6 and 1?
That of the negative 5.
Yes, very good. So negative 5. Thank you, Jude. So here you go. X squared plus 3x minus 6 minus 4x squared minus 1 is therefore equal to negative 3x squared plus 3x minus 5. Okay? Second example. Negative 6r plus 3 minus, our second polynomial is 7r plus 2. Again, negative 6r plus 3 minus the second polynomial, 7r plus 2. Find the difference. Can anyone please discuss how to do this?
Negative minus 7r. We need to get the additive inverse of the second polynomial.
At the negative.
Yeah.
And negative 13r plus 1 That's my answer.
Okay, thank you, Jude. That's your final answer. And Han, you also started it correct
Yes.
with your negative 6r minus 7r, the additive inverse of 7r, and then plus 3, and then your constant plus 2 will be minus 2. Han, do you agree with Jude's final answer?
Yes.
Negative 13r plus 1. Okay, good job. So that's it. Subtracting polynomials, just don't forget to get the additive inverse of the second polynomial and then proceed to combining like terms. Okay, I guess you're ready for the next. So in multiplying polynomials, we will be using your prior knowledge about distributive property with the expressions, the one that we discussed last time. And I believe you all had these lessons, or it's going to be easy anyway. Okay. Um, in multiplying polynomials, we actually use the distributive property. Okay. Distributive property. Now, when we say distribute, okay, a root word from distributive is distribute. It is actually a common word in the English language, which means maybe we can consider another word that also starts with letter D. Yes, and then followed by letter E. When we distribute, we blank to members of a group. We distribute to members of a group, or we blank to members of a group. Aside from the word distribute, starts with letter D, E, L. Jude, any idea? Ella, Hannah? Just to help us remember what will we do when we use distributive property, we can have this the word distribute, which also means to
Deliver.
Yes, you got it right. Distribute means deliver to members of the group. Okay, so in our lesson, we will also be distributing a monomial, okay, a polynomial with one term, to all the terms of the polynomial. Okay, let's have an example here. W multiplied by 2W minus 5 or 52. What will we do here is to distribute W, okay? So this definition of distribute will help us remember how to use the distributive property to multiply a polynomial by a monomial. Okay? So W here, the number or the monomial outside the parenthesis, which is in our example W, is distributed to each number inside. So W times 2W, the first term, minus W again distributed to negative, or sorry, minus 52. So again, W parenthesis 2W minus 52 is equal to W multiplied to 2W and W multiplied to 52. Let's have it plus and then minus 52. And then we will multiply now W and 2W. Maybe we can have Ella. L. W times 2W is equal to?
2W squared, ma'am.
You got it right. 2W squared. And then, Han, can you answer it for us? W times negative 52.
Negative 52W.
Yes. Okay. So, W times 2W minus 52 is now equal to 2W squared minus 52W. That is only the basic knowledge for multiplying polynomials using distributive property for us to understand more lessons and of polynomial equations and functions later on. Okay, let us have here more examples. 2x minus 6 times 3x. So it means 3x distributed to 2x and negative 6. Lou, Anna Lou, can you share us final answer maybe for this?
6x squared.
Yes, you got it right. Lou has shared us 6x squared. That is from 2x times 3x. Jude, can you continue, please?
And negative 18x.
Yes. So 6x squared minus 18x. Now, notice that we have 2x minus 6 followed by a monomial. In our example number 1, W times 2W minus 52. But here, we have 2x minus 6 and then followed by a monomial 3x. Now, just checking your understanding, do you think it affects or does it matter that our monomial 3x is written after 2x minus 6 or before 2x minus 6? Will our product be the same or different?
The same, ma'am.
The same. Very good. And Han, can you share us the reason why will it give us the same product?
Because 2x and negative 6 are still in the parentheses and the 3x is outside.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
it is distributed.
You got a point. Thank you, Han. In maths, we call it the commutative property of multiplication. Commutative property tells us that the order of the products, so 2x times 3x and then negative 6 times 3x, the factors will not affect the product. That's why it is the same as 6x squared minus 18x. Maybe the arrangement will just be different for the final answer, but it is still the same. Okay, thank you, Han. Let's have this monomial to a trinomial. 3a, again, 3a multiplied to, so we have a parenthesis, a squared plus 2ab minus 4b squared. Maybe we can have the first term first. 3a times a squared is equal to?
3a squared.
Yes, 3a times a squared.
3a.
3A cubed, ma'am.
Yes, 3a cubed. Then 3a times 2ab. You can just share us your answer. Yeah, brainstorming so that you can also compare your answer. If you know the answer, then just share us so that we can either correct it or confirm that you're actually having the correct answer. 3a times 2ab.
6A squared B, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So plus 6 squared b. And then our last term, can you remember?
The 3a square plus 6a squared b
Yes.
minus 12a b squared
12ab squared. Correct. So we have 3a cubed plus 6a squared b minus 12ab squared. That's it. Okay. Now, maybe we are ready to apply this lesson in a real world problem. Okay. I have here a word problem where we are going to apply this. I need you to practice higher order thinking skills. You will not be given the equations or the expressions. You will be throwing it from our problem. Okay? Let's have this one. The length of a dog run is 4 feet more than 3 times its width. The perimeter of the dog run is 56 feet. What are the dimensions of the dog run? Again, okay, Jude, can you help us read the problem again for Ella and Hannah?
The length of a dog run is 4 feet more than 3 times its width. The perimeter of the dog run is 56 feet. What are the dimensions of the dog run?
Okay, thank you, Jude. So here we have a problem and we are asked of the dimensions. In solving word problems, we are going to first identify the given. The given are those numbers or informations that we can get from the problem that will help us solve the problem. Now, as I always tell my students, it is best for us to understand one sentence each time, okay, of the problem. So here we have the first sentence that says, the length of a dog run is 4 feet more than 3 times its width. So here we have the length. I call it L, okay, letter L for the length, which is equal to, it says, is 4 feet more than 3 times its width. So what does it mean when you say 4 feet more than?
4 feet plus.
Yes, very good. So plus 4, right? And then it says 4 feet more than 3 times its width. Do we know the width? Is width given in our problem?
No.
No. So let us let our width be W. Okay? Width is W. Now, again, the length of a dog run is 4 feet more than 3 times its width. So if our width is W, our length will be, because in maths, not all the time that we are given the expressions or the equations, we will be making it ourselves. And that is where we apply our lesson in a real world problem. So here, we will be the one to make the equation. Okay? So let us go back to the width, which is not given. So we let it as W. And then our length again says 4 feet more than 3 times its width. So 4 more than is plus 4. 3 times its width means if we had the width W, 3 times W is equal to
3W.
Yes, 3W. Therefore, our length is 3W plus 4. Okay. Now, before I proceed to the second sentence, any question first where we get our width and length? Now we have our width W and our length 3W plus 4. And then from our second sentence, it says, the perimeter of the dog run is 56 feet. So perimeter here is also given, which is equal to 56 feet. Now, what are the dimensions of the dog run? We need here your prior knowledge on dimensions. When we say dimensions, the measures. And when we talk about perimeter, we are talking about, anyone can share? What does it mean when we have the perimeter? What are we referring to? Or, okay, let us say a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides with measures 3 cm, 4 cm, and then 5 cm. So what is the perimeter of the triangle? Anyone? A triangle with sides 3 cm, 4 cm, and 5 cm. What is the perimeter of the triangle?
12.
12 cm. Very good. What did you do, Hannah?
Add each
You
side.
add all the sides, right? So when we say perimeter, we are actually referring to the distance around the shape. So in a triangle, there's the distance between the of the 3 sides. So if we have here a dog run and then has the length and the width, then we are referring to a rectangle. Am I right? Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So before we continue, we need to have the formula first for the perimeter of a rectangle. How do we get the perimeter of a rectangle? Anyone? In a rectangle, we have the
4
length.
sides.
Yes, the 4 sides where the length, opposite sides are equal, and the 2 widths are also equal. Can we say that instead of adding all the sides, length plus W or plus width, we can just add the length and the width multiplied by 2, right? The 2 length plus the width. Again, the perimeter of a rectangle is measured by doing 2 methods. Number 1, add all the sides. So that will be length times length. Sorry, length plus W plus W. But we have learned in maths that repeated addition is just multiplication. So instead of adding the 4 sides, we can just add the length and the width, 1 length and 1 width multiplied by 2. Okay, now we have perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 times length plus width. And from our problem, we can have perimeter, which is equal to 56. We will now substitute. Okay, our solution will start with substitution, okay, of the given to our formula. So our perimeter is 56 equals 2 times our length is, can you recall what is our length?
4, ma'am.
3W plus 4. Okay, 3W plus 4 plus our width, which we let it as W. Again, clear up your mind. We are having an equation now 56, which is the perimeter, equals 2 from our formula, multiplied by, this is inside the parenthesis, the length, which is 3W plus 4, plus the width, which is W. Am I clear? Any questions so far? Girls, sounds confusing? Do you need me to read again from the start? Or shall I
56.
proceed? Anyway, you will have the recorded video later. You can just go over it again. Okay? 56, our perimeter, is equal to, Jude, can you share us what do you think can we do next?
Distribute.
Okay. Distribute 2 to all the terms
Distribute
inside the
2.
parentheses?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Jude. Actually, you can do that, but there is also a shorter way to do that. If you can consider, we have inside the parenthesis 3W plus 4 plus W. Have you noticed something about the terms?
Combine like terms.
Yes, that's correct. So we can combine like terms, which are,
3W and W, ma'am.
which is equal to,
4W.
yes, 4W plus 4. Now we will proceed to what Jude shared us, distributive property. Now we have 56 equals 2 parenthesis 4W plus 4. You can have Hannah. Han?
2 times 4W equals
Yes.
8W.
You get it right. Correct. And then?
Then 4 times 2 equals 8.
That is equal to 8. Now we have 56 equals 8W plus 8. Now, back to our lesson before, we also did solving equations. Ella, can you continue? 56 equals 8W plus 8.
Plus 8. I transpose the plus 8 into 56.
Yes, so you will have 56.
56 minus 8
Yes, correct.
is equal to 48.
Yes, okay. So, how about our expression on the right side of your equal sign? We only have
48 equals 8W.
yes, correct. So we subtract 8 both sides. To get rid of the positive 8, we will minus 8 both sides. That is using our addition property of equality. Okay? When we transpose, we use the addition property of equality. So we have 48 equals 8W. Maybe Hannah can continue. Now we have 48 equals 8W.
8W divided by 8 equals W, and 48 divided by 8 equals 6. W equals
Yes,
6.
very good. W equals 6. When we divide both sides, we are using the multiplication property of equality. Okay? We multiplied both sides by 1/8 so that we will cancel 8 or get rid of 8 beside W. Okay? So W equals 6. Now, if our width is 6, how about our length? Jude, can you continue? Back to the given, our length is 3W plus 4. Now, if our W is 6, then what will be our length? Can you try, Jude? Length is equal to 3W plus 4. And our W is 6.
3 times 6 plus 4
Yes, that's correct. And then,
equals 18 plus 4
which is equal
equals
to
22.
22. Very good. And one more thing I need you to remember, if we are dealing with word problems, we need to consider the given units. In our final answers, we should have the units. And since we are dealing with feet here, then our length is 22 feet and our width is 6 feet. Okay? Now, how will we check if our answers with 6 feet and then length 22 feet is correct? Any idea? How will we check if our answer is correct? We will go back to our formula, right? Our perimeter is 56. Now, our formula for the perimeter is 2 times length plus width. So 56 is equal to 2 times length, which is 22, plus width, which is 6. Okay. Girls and Jude, can you check it yourself? Can you solve first? Is it equal to 50? Yes.
2 parenthesis 22 plus 6 parenthesis equals 28. 28 times 2 is equal 56.
Yes. So therefore, 56 is equal to just 56,
56
which is true. True, right?
equal
56 is equal to 56. So that is true. Sorry, let me write it here. 44 plus 12 is equal to 56, which is true. Okay, good job, everyone. So that's it. We multiply a polynomial and a monomial using our distributive property. And when we say distributive property, we deliver each number outside the parenthesis to each number or term inside the parenthesis, and then we combine like terms. And we also can apply this lesson in a real world problem where we just consider a certain formula, understanding the problem one sentence each time until you arrive to your answer, using solving equations and evaluating algebraic expressions. Okay? Any questions, clarifications? Is it clear?
yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Do you think you need more examples or you already understand the lesson? Then that would be all from me. Sir, back to you.
So,
Okay, sure.
are they already satisfied with examples, with the lessons? Have they understood already? And still unmuting. Han, okay, Han? Okay na, Han?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand? Jude, do you have any questions? Any clarifications?
No.
No. Wow. Congratulations.
Sir, I will have a few questions again before we end if you're done, yeah?
Okay. So, just check their comprehension and how much they got from your lesson.
Sige. Everybody to check your understanding. Again, may I ask Ella, L,
Ma'am?
determine whether the statement is true or false. If you change the order in which you multiply a polynomial and a monomial, the product will be different. True or false?
False, ma'am.
Yes.
Because
And
the product
can
will
you
be the same.
mention the property involved?
Commutative property, ma'am.
Yes, bravo. Yes, we use the commutative property of equality, okay? Commutative property of multiplication. Then, maybe this question is for Hannah. Han,
Oh, ma'am.
explain the steps you would take to find the product x cubed minus 7 and 4x. You may not really solve it. You can just explain the steps.
X cube times 4x
Yes.
equals 4x to the fourth power.
Okay.
And ano
And
yung
then
constant map?
minus
Negative.
7 and then 4x.
Negative 28x.
Yes. And that will be our final answer because we can no longer combine the terms. Okay, thank you, Han. Jude, this question is for you. This is an open-ended question, so your answers may vary, but you can just try. Give us a monomial and a polynomial, each having a degree no greater than 1.
Monomial, parentheses,
Yes.
2x,
Okay.
polynomial.
You mentioned about 2x. We can have 2x as our monomial multiplied by, can you give us another polynomial?
3x squared.
Okay.
3x.
2x times 3x squared plus 3x. Yes, okay, thank you. Now, let us solve that polynomial. Okay, find the product. 2x times 3x squared plus 3x. Now, I want you the three of you, to solve this, find the product, and give us your final answer. The given is 2x times 3x cubed plus 3x.
6x 4 plus 6x2 squared.
6x, we read it as 6x to the fourth power plus 6x squared.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let us ask Hannah and Ella. How are you? Do you have the same answer with Jude?
My answer, ma'am, is negative 6x to the fourth power plus 6x squared.
Okay. I think you just missed the signs, Ella. We don't have the negative numbers here, but the way you did it is correct. Yeah. We have
Yes, ma'am.
2x times 3x cubed plus 3x. So it should have we should have positive 6x to the fourth power. But the distributive
Okay, ma'am.
property is well applied. Okay. And does your chicken agrees with the answer? We have 6x to the fourth power plus 6x squared.
Ang ingay ng manok na to.
Sabi niya mag-agree ka na daw sa sagot.
Yes.
Yes.
Agree.
6x to the fourth power plus 6x squared. Sir, back to you. I think we have the 3 smart students for the session, and I'm happy at least. It may not be an advanced study for them, but just for a mastery. So I'm glad I helped.
Okay, so are we done today?
Yeah, if no more questions, then I have 2 brain games for you to answer if we are done before we stop.
Okay, so no more questions, Mariela, Hannah, Jude, no more questions?
No, sir.
No more.
No more. So are you now ready for the assignment for the brain teaser?
Yes.
Okay, Jude is ready. Okay, Han, how about your chickens there? We thought you have transformed to a chicken.
Pumasok ako sa kwarto kasi maingay dun sa labas yung manok.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. That's sound effects. Okay, ma'am. I think they're ready for the brain teaser. You can now give them
Because I don't have questions, I have the questions. We have 2. One will be answered now and one will be answered tomorrow. Okay? Here you go. Imagine that you are in a boat in the middle of the sea. Suddenly, you are surrounded by hungry sharks just waiting to feed on you. How can you put an end to this?
Stop imagining.
Oh, tama, tama. Nakuha ni Hana yun ah. Stop imagining. Okay, good job, Hana. Pag meron tayong stars, marami ka ng stars, Han. Okay, this one is a homework. But if you can give us the answer right away, then that will also be good. Okay. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? That's it.
Mount Everest?
Yes. Oh, is that your answer, Jude?
Yes.
And the reason is, and for the information of everybody, Jude got the correct answer. But we just need the reason. Support your answer, Jude.
Yeah, because it's the highest mountain.
It says here, before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? And you said it is Mount Everest. Why? How? Maybe everyone is hungry. It's already 12:24 in your place. Anyway, Jude gave us the answer. Maybe you can think of the support for that answer for tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Goodbye, everyone. God bless you, and see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
And bye, and thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you tomorrow.